Welcome back to My Life on a GLP1. I'm your host, Scott Johnson, and I'm here with my co-host, Sarah. Before we get started, I want to celebrate our 1-year podcast anniversary. Congratulations, Sarah.
Congratulations to you too, Scott. I can't believe we have been doing this for a year now. It's exciting.
Can you believe it? Over 130 episodes. I am so thankful and honored by our audience that keeps listening in. So thank you, Sarah, and thank you to each and every one of you that have listened. We have more great stories and a very special guest joining us in our 8th episode, so please join us for that. Let's get into it. Today we're diving into something that I bet almost every single one of you listening has experienced: ghost hunger.
Oh my gosh, yes. Ghost hunger is so real, and it's probably one of the weirdest parts of being on these medications.
Right? So for those who might not know what we're talking about, ghost hunger is when your brain thinks you're hungry, but your body actually isn't. It's like your mind is playing tricks on you.
Exactly. It's this disconnect that happens when you're on GLP-1 medications.
So why does this happen? Well, these medications work by slowing down how fast food leaves your stomach, and they affect your brain's hunger signals. But here's the thing. Your brain has been trained for years, maybe decades, to expect food at certain times and in certain situations.
Right, it's like your brain hasn't gotten the memo yet.
Exactly. Your stomach might be saying, "We're good here," but your brain is like, "Wait, it's 6 p.m. Where's dinner?" But the fascinating thing is, there are actually several different types of ghost hunger that people experience.
I think what really surprised me when I started my GLP-1 journey was how strong these mental patterns were. Like, I literally had no idea how much of my eating was just pure habit. So, let's talk about these. The first one is time-based hunger.
Time-based is huge. Your brain has this internal clock that says it's lunchtime or it's dinner time, regardless of whether you actually need food. I used to find myself standing in the kitchen at noon, thinking I was starving, even though I'd had a protein shake just 2 hours earlier.
Oh, totally. And then there's activity-based hunger, like you sit down to watch TV and suddenly your brain is like, where are the snacks?
Yes. Or you get in the car for a long drive and immediately think about stopping for fast food. It's not real hunger, it's just your brain associating certain activities with eating because that's what you've always done.
Exactly. And emotional eating triggers are another big one. I think we all have struggled with that one.
Oh, emotional triggers are tricky. You have a stressful day at work and your brain immediately thinks ice cream will fix this, even though your body doesn't actually want food. The medication has reduced your physical hunger, but it hasn't rewired those emotional pathways yet.
Right? And then there are social and environmental cues too.
Social cues are fascinating. You walk into a movie theater and smell popcorn, or you see everyone at the office eating lunch, and suddenly you think you're hungry. It's not your body talking, it's your environment triggering old patterns. And here's what's really fascinating. Some people experience what I call phantom fullness too. It's the opposite of ghost hunger, where your brain hasn't caught up to the fact that you actually do need to eat something.
So, how do you tell the difference between ghost hunger and actual hunger? Because sometimes it can be really confusing.
Great question. The first thing I always tell people is to pause and assess. Ask yourself, when did I last eat? How do I actually feel physically right now? Real hunger usually comes with physical sensations. Your stomach might growl, you might feel a little weak or lightheaded.
Yeah, and I always try drinking water first.
That's such a good strategy. Sometimes what we think is hunger is actually thirst, or it just gives your brain a minute to catch up with your body. I also recommend changing your location. If you're thinking about food while standing in the kitchen, go sit on the couch or take a walk outside.
That's brilliant, because often the environment is triggering the ghost hunger in the first place.
Exactly. So, what do you actually do when you've identified that you're experiencing ghost hunger? The key is to honor the urge without necessarily acting on it. I know that sounds contradictory, but hear me out.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Don't fight it or get frustrated with yourself. Instead, acknowledge it. Oh, I'm having a ghost hunger moment because I always eat when I watch TV. Then ask what you actually need. Maybe you need a break. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you're actually thirsty.
That's really smart. So you're addressing the underlying need instead of just the surface craving.
Right. And then you start building new habits. Instead of automatically reaching for snacks during movies, maybe you make yourself a hot tea or do some gentle stretching. It takes time, but you're literally rewiring your brain.
That's brilliant. And I think another thing that really helps is having a toolkit of alternative behaviors ready. Like, what can you do instead of reaching for food when those triggers hit? So, Scott, how long does it usually take for this ghost hunger to improve?
Most people find it gets significantly better around the 3 to 6 month mark with consistent practice. Your brain needs time to adapt to this new reality where food isn't the automatic response to every trigger. But here's the thing, it does get easier.
Does it really? I don't want to get in the habit of tricking myself. That might create more bad habits.
Good point. I always tell people to have their instead list ready. So instead of snacking during a movie, maybe it's having herbal tea, doing a crossword puzzle, or even just fidgeting with something in your hands. The key is having the replacement behavior planned ahead of time so you're not making decisions in the moment when the craving hits.
That's so encouraging to hear, especially for people who might be struggling with this right now.
Absolutely. And remember, experiencing ghost hunger doesn't mean the medication isn't working or that you're doing something wrong. It's actually a completely normal part of the process. Your brain is just catching up to what your body already knows.
Yeah, be patient with yourself. This is a journey, not a destination. And thanks to all of our listeners for being patient and supportive over the last year. I say it all the time, but we would be forever grateful if you gave us an anniversary present by sharing our podcast or smashing that 5-star rating on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you stream. It means the world to us. Tell us, Scott, what ghostly final advice do you have to share before we wrap today?